Check, check. Check one, check two.
What were some of the things that woke you up? I think that everyone who is on this level in this journey has had some kind of suffering, and that's kind of shaken their reality. So can you talk about that for just a second?
Sure. Yeah, you're not going, I don't think anyone's going to start dealing with really tough questions if you've had an easy life. And there are a few people that literally have had, two good parents and they've had no problems growing up. And if you had that kind of life and somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, this is a crazy evil realm," they look at you like you're insane. How is that possible? But unfortunately, there's a huge portion of the world, well over half, I think, who are dealing with a lot of traumatic experience from their past. And for me, of course, some have had way worse than I've had, of course, but um, what I had was enough to get me to start asking questions. Simplified. I had a psychotic father who, so whenever you grow up with a psychopath in your house, you're kind of always on edge, and you're kind of always trying to read the situation because you're trying to understand sanity and insanity. And that's kind of a good way to determine my whole life. My whole life is trying to seeing insanity around me and trying to find, well, how do you stay sane in that? And so literally my life has just been that magnified as I go bigger and bigger and bigger, as I see the world as more and more and more of an insane place. So dealing with that was really, really challenging. And then just as I uh, gotten through sort of a university degree, then the girl I'd just been dating at the time was murdered. And and when she died, it was it sort of pulled the last plug out from under me, sort of the last vestige of there's a way you're supposed to live here. There's a way you're supposed to be. There's a way that you'll succeed. And like she was doing all of it, all the things you could like. Just this was just as wonderful, a kind, as intelligent person as you could be, who was doing all the steps right. And now, like age 23, 24, she's gone. So I kind of started to realize then everything we've been told about how to live can't be right, or she wouldn't be dead. So okay, so it drove me into a depression for a long time because I kind of wasn't dealing with it and wasn't able to deal with how do you live in such a reality. And it wasn't, I'll stop here in a minute and let you ask questions. It wasn't until 1997, at the end of that depression, as far really as I could go, because I'm going to kill myself. I just don't want to be here anymore. And it was more, it wasn't even just how much I hated reality. I was hating myself. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. I didn't like how manipulative I'd become. I didn't like how mean to people I'd become. It was like this. It's like, who is this guy? I don't like this guy. And so just but I couldn't think of a clean way of doing it, that the person cleaning it up wouldn't have to deal with a mess. And it was just after my birthday in 1997 when a television program on Nova, it was a Nova program, Pyramid Building came on. And it was like an instantaneous bolt of lightning, like ancient Egypt has a secret. There's knowledge in those pyramids. And that's what I'm supposed to do with my life. And that's where it started. It just literally all of the depression just died instantly, which is gone. And my focus was studying ancient knowledge, and that's where it started.
What do you guys think? Does suffering lead somewhere? Has it led you to anywhere? Do you feel more enlightened going through suffering? Leave your comments below. Thanks.